So, praise the Lord. Let's start off with that. Oh, let's start off with that. My fiance probably won't call. But I was just watching a video and I was thinking, you need to really speak your mind when it comes to people because if you don't, you end up being a yes man. That's one of the worst things that you could be as a yes man. You don't be scared to tell. Don't be scared to tell a person how you really feel. You know, because if you're scared to tell a person, you're going to continue that habit, and the habit will continue. And that's the worst. You don't want the habit to continue. I'm more just on the life because I'm bored. I'm still trying to work on my camera presence because I don't feel it's that good. I don't know whose shirt this is. This is my girls or my daughters. It's the it's the cold part, and I'll tell you. But I was doing a lot of watching videos to better myself, right? And with these videos, what I discovered was I have not been doing the things that I'm supposed to as a husband. And I got confirmation again with my girl being the woman I'm supposed to be with. So that's good. That's like the best. Because one of the videos was saying that you can have a good wife, which will be will be blessed by the Lord, and then you can also have a prudent wife. And a prudent wife is a woman that is given to you from the Lord. And I know that my future wife, I call her my wife, but she's my future wife. I know that my future wife is from the Lord. And the video with the dude that was talking, he was saying that a prudent wife is given to you by the Lord, and a good wife is one that you're seeking. You don't have the patience. You don't have the patience to wait. So that's another reason why I know that my wife is for me, because I waited for her, and I wasn't rushing. I wasn't rushing anything when it came to looking for a wife. She just kind of showed up, and I also asked that too, like, because I have a bad, horrible picker. That's just what I say. I have a terrible picker, but in the time of me praying for her and I got her, both of our um, both of our relationships with the Lord were a lot stronger and better. And with me asking for her hand, um, I let her down. And it's not letting her down like that, but it's not doing the things that a husband is supposed to continuously doing. Like the just running of a household and the spiritual things, like teaching the kids and being consistent with studying and all those things. I, um, I didn't know what being a, a husband of God meant, and that's what it was. I didn't know what it meant, but praise the Lord that my wife can see it in me, and she sees that that's what I'm striving for. Um, and it's not that I let her down; it's more that I let myself down. And I think it's just me thinking about it because I don't feel bad. I do a little bit just because I see where where she is mentally and spiritually, and that's what makes me feel like I let her down. And I mean, it's kind of rough. It's kind of hard, like just thinking about it. But I see where my flaws are. I see where I'm lacking at. So it's not it's not bad because I've been asking for the Lord to reveal just all the things to me. And I tell you, He's surely been revealing things to me. He's been revealing a lot to me actually. But you know, it's funny because I was explaining that to my daughter earlier that because she was tripping out about Halloween and not being able to go trick or treating with her mom and stuff. And I was trying to tell her, you know, it's not that's not something that we should be doing just because it's demonic. All holidays are something that we shouldn't be doing. We shouldn't be. But I was explaining to her that a man and a husband's role is to provide and protect and to do all the things. But for me to be a God fearing man and be able to show, um, well, just to be a leader, I need to be able to guide them correctly and for them not to fall short because I look at my childhood and I think of nobody sat down with me and read the Bible and all of these things. Nobody did that for me. Like yeah, every once in a while, like for an event, there was something, but there was no consistency. And yeah, I knew God, but I didn't know the Lord. And that's something that's really not concerning, but just a little bit. because I didn't. Yeah, I know I'm trying to break a whole bunch of generational curses because it has to stop somewhere. It has to. But who has the capacity to even try? A lot of people don't even try to figure out themselves, but let alone dive into what makes them the way they are and how to stop it, because it's not just my daughter's problems. All those problems, most of them are from me and the things that I've done. And as a husband, I'm going to take on all of that, because if my kids fail, that's because of me. If my wife fails, it's because of me. And people don't grasp it, how everything falls on the husband because we lead. I want to be able to lead my house correctly. And yeah, just the videos that I was watching earlier really put everything in perspective of the things that I need to be doing. And just everything. This is a lot. And I feel like I am slacking in a lot of areas. And it's always oh, it's not that bad. Well, it's not that good neither. It's not that good neither. I don't know. I just I see where my flaws are, especially like with the whole with the relationship with the Lord. Because as a leader, what I do, my family's gonna follow. So I have to be a good leading example with always having always having a Bible open or some kind of always pouring into somebody, because I don't want my kids to fail. I don't want my wife to fail. And when I see everything that's going on between me and her, and just the being overwhelmed, it makes it makes me feel that everything is my fault, because I am not doing everything. I'm not seeking the Lord with my whole heart. And that's like number one. Seek the Lord with your whole heart. Seek the Lord with everything. And I haven't been doing that. Like just the little time, just here and there. And I don't know, it really makes me think where it came from, or just the I don't know, I don't know how to say it, the lack of like one to, I don't know. It's almost like I got comfortable because I found my helpmate. And the thing is, you can't be content with just that. You have to continue to seek the Lord with your whole heart. And I haven't been. And I'm seeing what the response is to that. This is why you need to do these things. I do not know how to fold these. I'm gonna fold it upside down. That's what I'm gonna do. I tell you, women's clothes, man, they stuff is weird. But I see that's what it is. Like, because what it feels like is because I've asked her for her hand, and we've made this commitment. That's what it is. It's a commitment, and me falling off the way I have with the Lord, and I haven't fallen off. I haven't fallen off like completely or anything. It's just I feel like I don't know. I've gotten lazy, or just let the world just kind of get in my ear. But another thing is, and I've really noticed. I've noticed it in the last month. There's no. There should be no way that I should be this thrown off by things that are not of the Lord. And I feel like it's because I'm on the right path, but I know I'm not doing everything that I'm supposed to. Especially with listen to the videos that I listen to. Now I'm doing not a, I wouldn't say a lot, but I know I'm doing it. But to be a good husband and to be a good father, you have to be a good leader. And I'm leading all right, but the way my fiance is feeling and being overwhelmed, I feel like she shouldn't be overwhelmed as much as she has been. And that's what's making me feel like it's my fault. But then again, I don't know. But I mean, the only thing I can do, because I don't believe that all all of the videos that I watched are just are just nothing, because all of them I understood like really good. I know it's hard for us living in different states. I know that's a big issue with us living in different states. That's a big problem. Um, but I know because I'm not seeking the Lord with my whole heart, she's not. Because a woman's gonna follow suit no matter what, and that's because it's just in their nature. Especially if you once you find that person, well, they're gonna do what you do. Especially if they submit to you and you're the lead. Okay, well, if you're not doing these things, I'm not gonna do these things, and that's what it is. Like I just need to seek the Lord in my whole heart, because I still don't see why she's being so overwhelmed. And I had asked her earlier if there was something that I wasn't doing, or if there was something more that I could do. One of those questions, and she never responded. But if it's because I'm not leading right, and she, or just that hasn't clicked, because who would know? You know what I'm saying? Who would know that? A person wouldn't know that, especially with us getting away from the Lord and going back into our worldly ways. Because when we first met, I noticed we were on fire for the Lord, but we got to a certain point where it was just slowly, and like I said, as the leader, I needed to do more. That's why I'm kind of disappointed in myself. So I feel like I failed a little bit, but I know it'll be all right because I see the flaw. All I gotta do is really just dive in, stop worrying about miscellaneous stuff. Idle time is the whoever's listening, you know the rest. It's really hard. I'm pretty excited though. I see a lot of things. Also, oh, what is this? Yeah, see, I think this is the missus shirt. Well, we'll find out. But that's why I feel like my daughter is going through so much stuff. Also, is because again, everything is a lot rides on me. I don't think I've been doing it 100% right. Or I've been lacking. But when I prayed with my daughter tonight, I did feel a lot better with my prayer. I felt like I had authority when I was praying, and that was good, and that was really different. But yeah, no, that was a trip. Starting getting a little bit warm. Uh, yeah, that's one thing that I kind of struggle with at times is talking with authority. I know that's a weak spot for me. Is talking with authority. Man, I tell you, man, girls' clothes, man, stuff is all stringy and bouncy. I don't know if that makes sense. Feels bouncy. It's like you can see it. And that was another thing too. I had to like really catch myself. And I talked to my girl about it. That I started getting a dependency. I started getting a dependency on her, and I want to say it was like the second day she was out of town, and it went away. And that was just me. I don't know, but I've always had a dependency thing when it came to me and my women. But that's childhood trauma, and you know, not not ever feeling wanted in places that I was. So when I did get women, it was a dependency. It was really sick stuff when you really dissect it and think about it. But see, I can talk about it because I dove into it and found out the things that really really messed me up. That's what I did. Dove wheat way deep down, probably like right there. Found out where it was. It's really it's really intimidating thinking about, but it's not impossible. But thinking about not failing, not failing your family on a different level, not uh, being able to provide or anything like that, but to make sure they grow up right and they know the Lord and they don't go to hell. Like that's that's what's different. Like honestly, that's it's terrifying. I'm with it though, but just to know that everything is riding on you to, it was a really good video because I watched the second one I watched was he was a black pastor. I forgot his name, but man, he gave a sermon out of this world, and like I really do not want to fail my family. Like, and it really put everything in a whole different perspective because it's not just me. It's not just my it's not just my wife. Like I need to be able to my prayer life and my relationship with the Lord has to be strong in order for her to be strong, for the kids to be strong. Like I have to have a strong relationship with the Lord. I have to. Or it's she's gonna have some regular. But even with that, you know, that's not promising your it's not promising your children, you know, and your wife to go to heaven. Like my family's how they live and the way that they're gonna be all depends on me. All depends on what they learn from me. That's what I'm saying. What's terrifying, but it's not terrifying to like where you don't want to do it. It's just I can't mess up. I can't wait for my I can't wait for my fiance to come out here so we can pray and really reconnect with the Lord because that's what I feel like is going on. I feel like we've gotten to a certain place of being comfortable, and that's not enough. Because yeah, we could be comfortable, but there's things that we're trying to do to better everything. I wish I could remember the quote that the dude said because he had said something like, it was something about certain men think of generations. It was like this man thinks of the next day. This type of man thinks of the generations. I'm trying to think of the generations. That's what I'm trying to think for. That's what I'm trying to plan for. Yeah, it really is something. It's something to think about. Man. And then he brought up this analogy, and he was saying that if you had a map that showed you all the all the bad places not to step, like all the wrong steps, where would you where would you have it? Where would you carry it? And he said, where would you carry it? And how many times would you read it? You keep it real close. You read it all the time. That's the Bible. And we don't. He was saying also that, when people watch football and they study the games and they study the other team. But we don't do that with the enemy. We don't read the Bible like that. We don't look at ways on how to defend ourselves or anything like that. And it's really a lot. Like man, I tell you, it's really had me going. Like just thinking about it. But I really hope that I don't even know. I really don't know what to say. I refuse to fail. That's what it is. And building a relationship with the Lord isn't that hard. I mean, it is. You have all these other. You have to take the world out and commit your life to the Lord, because just like a marriage, it's a covenant. And just listening to those videos earlier, like it was kind of it's really mind blowing because I never looked at marriage like that, and I didn't realize how much everything fell on me. And like I said earlier, I'm fully committed to it. I'm not I'm not running from it at all. It just kind of bothers me that I see the state that my family's in, and it's not even that bad, but just how much unease and just the all the things, like the way that my woman feels at times. And that's something that she had just said the other night. But I'm glad that we are on the same page, because I didn't know what it was. I didn't. I had to really like dive, and that was something. Like, and I looked up how to be a how to be a good husband, because what do I need to do to be able to support her where she is all the way confident in me and have 100% confidence? I don't want to fail. I don't want her to ever question anything. And everything goes back to the Lord. I need to make my relationship with the Lord above anything and everything else, or it will just be like this. And yeah, I need to start reading the Bible with my daughter. And that's going to be something that we're going to start doing um, when I get off work. And she's after school. When she gets done with homework, out of the shower, we are going to read the Bible so she can start knowing the word and not just praying. It's like that is, yeah, it really terrifies me. Like, my family could fail just because of me. Like I said, it's not just money. It's not just being able to take care of your family. It is knowing the Lord and everything else. It goes much more than money and food and stuff like that. A lot of people don't realize that, but a lot of men are leading their families to hell. And they don't know it. Now that I know it, yeah, I think I just got or not confident, but um, uh, not confident, whatever the word. I got comfortable. Not comfortable wasn't the word, but pretty much I got comfortable with finding my fiance, and I kind of just got lazy and fell back into the world a bit, I guess. And sinning a little bit because I know there's things I shouldn't do. I don't know, man. I be thinking. Yeah, today kind of kicked my butt, man. Today kicked my butt. I wanted to see my baby mom today, honestly. I wanted to see my baby mom. I was gonna pray with her. The missus would have been mad about it, but that's why it didn't happen. The way I was feeling today, oh man, I was feeling real confident and real generous today. I'm gonna listen to that sermon again. I need to save that one. That's a really good one. It's a really good sermon. Yeah, man. And it's crazy because we don't think about, as men, we don't think about us being leaders like that. I mean, we know that that's where it is, but we don't think everything depends on us. Like if our kids go to hell or not, if we're raising our kids right in the eyes of the Lord, we don't be thinking about that. 'Cause I thought I was doing good. When I think about it now, it's like, man, but am I? Am I? Because there's always room for improvement. You're never gonna be that. And then we're so messed up as humans. We're so messed up. Like, it's really terrifying. I'm listening to these sermons and seeing how flawed I am. I think I've just allowed the enemy to come into my life too much. That's what it is. You seek with my whole heart. But yeah, y'all have a good night. I was just talking.